Hey there, welcome back to Sea Power. Today, Operation Midnight Express. In this scenario, we have the Republic of Vietnam, which has made increasingly hostile and threatening statements towards NATO and Indonesia. Oh boy, here we go again. What happens in Nam stays in Nam. Due to these threats, NATO-flagged vessels have requested escort through the South China Sea to Singapore until out of reach of potential attack from USSR aircraft based in the vicinity of Ho Chi Minh City. And that is where we come in. As a player, it's going to be your job to command Task Force 75.3.3, consisting of the Dale, the Yarnell, the Elrod, the Rents, and a couple of transport ships. Those need to get to safety. Now, what I find interesting is that it says we need to proceed southwest. We need to develop recognized maritime picture, blah blah. Find, fix, and track all PRV vessels. It says nothing about engaging said PRV vessels. Okay, what do we have? We have Elrod, we have Yarnell, we have Dale, and we have Rents. And we're kind of side by side with our cargo ships. I don't like that formation one bit. Like, if it's coming out of Vietnam, yeah, I kind of get it. But normally I would rather have my vessels kind of around the rest of the ships. Seeing as I'm expecting to have a sort of military tech advantage, I'm going to not adhere to MCON. I'm going to go with my standard radars, both air search and surface search, to build up as much of a picture as I can. As for my helos, I am running the S70B mod, and with that I'm able to equip these things also with ships. Although with default they do everything. They get 4 Hellfires, they get 2 torpedoes, they get 25 sonobuoys. So let's send up one of these guys. At least as a sort of aerial picket. Let's see if the Elrod's willing to have a conversation with this ship. And that is indeed a merchant. They are not to be considered hostile. At current speed, which is 15 knots, that's kind of where we top out, simply due to our escorting duties. We're going to arrive in, well, quite a bit of time. I think it's going to be about, what, an 11-hour sail? How far is that? So like 165 miles? Ooh, I'm getting quite good at this. 166. So yeah. We're going to be trying to keep the enemy off of us for the entirety of that journey. My plan? Get this picket operational, get it airborne, start scouting out ahead for threats. The air threats are going to get picked up by other platforms, the most likely being my radar-equipped ships. And if we see anything that happens to come across as less than friendly, we will see if we need to prosecute it. Update. Indications and warnings that a USSR maritime strike package consisting of 4 Tu-16Ks are en route to conduct strikes against my task force and company. They're capable of carrying AS-2 and AS-6 high-diving anti-ship cruise missiles. Message ends. So great. We know that they're coming our way, but at present I don't know exactly where. Most likely somewhere towards the northwest, but until such a time as when I can actually get them on radar, I can't really do much. I don't have my own air wing. I can't exactly prosecute these targets. I can't send anything after them. We just have to wait. It's not a great composition to be in. Possible detection. 20,000 feet. What are we looking at? It does not respond. 487 knots. There is an airliner up here, which is doing 459 knots. I'm not sure if that means that this thing can immediately be declared hostile. I'm not sure if there's just one of them, or if it's too far away for us to be able to tell how many there are. We're picking them up on the search radar from all ships, so that's great. It's just that, well, I don't really feel comfortable shooting it down until such a point as when we know it's actually hostile or not. We do still have a bit of time, at least until I can engage it, because my engagement range is 80 miles. So they're they're still way too far away for me to be able to do much. What I can try and do is a visual identification with my helicopter. So I'm going to send it towards it and tell it to go to 14,000 feet, which is its operational ceiling, I think. it might get there at a time before this thing is going to be able to get some damage in. Oh great, there's more. 35,000 feet, 481 knots, heading 064. Okay. What are we going to do with you? There's another. Course 155, 154. That does lead me to believe that these are most likely hostile. They're also changing altitude slightly. No, they're maintaining 20. Okay, there's the civilian airliner. 110 miles. Don't like this one bit. There's another. Okay, that's hostile. This one? I'm not sure. I mean, it's behaving awful similar to that, but I'm not sure. Weapons free. 15 miles out with the helo. Get in their path. Range 134 miles. The other one has just, well, is just about to enter our missile range. So we can engage it if we desire. Going dark is not really going to get me that much more of a stealth advantage, because it just means I won't be able to detect any incoming missiles and engage them.
Roger, turn 089.
I think we're about to engage that second group. Whoops. Normally, yeah, there we go. I can kind of cheat. Watch. This airliner is going to fly almost directly overhead of that other group. Still don't know what they are, but we are going to be separated by 15,000 feet and, like, I don't know, 2 or 3 miles? See, now I can already tell that there's 2 of them. If you want to, you can even double-click on them and go, aha, and now I know exactly what you are. So that's not what I'm going to do. But the fact that there is now a second contact here, that leads me to believe that these are both hostile. The problem is, if I classify them as hostile and this airliner happens to get shot down, that's not great. Not great for NATO. 55 miles. They're engaging air track 7004 with standard missiles. Go for it. Do we have any other ones? Standard missiles ERs? Yes. Weapons free. We cannot let these guys get close. You still got standard missiles. You got standard missiles. Here comes the missile launcher.
Birds away, track
2 away.
7004.
I think they're so close together that I can't actually make out that there's another one behind it. So I can only engage one.
Engage track
Burnell, engage.
7004.
20 seconds. What's that? Talk to it. Merchant. I still got this other aircraft coming in, but judging by its course and speed, I'm thinking it's a neutral. Until such a time as when I actually have a full identification on it, I don't really want to tell it that it's hostile or not, because anything that's considered hostile is now going to get shot down by some of my ships. Range, 11.5 miles. 10. 8. 7.5. There they are. No, here they are.
Splash track.
Yep, that's a Tu-16.
7004.
Okay, so that's one of them gone. Hostile. This thing is getting a radar warning receiver. That's a bad indication. That's a really bad indication. They sent missiles. AS2. Alright.
Birds away. Track 7.
Get rid of them.
1 3.
Did they send just one? Guess they did. This strikes me as a bit surprising because I mean they're still at range. Well, they're about to close into minimum range at the 35 miles. If it's the AS6, they're in worse condition. They need 100 miles minimum. They can't launch that. This is actually a bit of a good news indication because it means that at the moment they don't have anything spotting me. Or they would have sent those missiles from the other side of the planet. Well, in a manner of speaking. And not have to worry about getting so close. Boom. That's your cruise missile. And that's your aircraft.
Field track 7
Okay.
0 1 0. Birds away. Track 7 0 0 6.
Yeah, I think they're packing the bigger AS6. No, it's an AS2. Damn it. Okay, fine. If that's all that it is, it's not that terrible yet. Oh, there's more. But this is 459 at 35,000 feet. This is faster. 488 at 20,000 feet. This could be an airliner.
7 0 1 5.
More missiles away. Drop the booster. Speed things up a little. We can intercept that AS2. I don't think I've ever had Tu-16s be really that much of a threat. I don't like the AS2 personally. It's, and as far as my experience goes, it's not a great missile. And especially with NATO being so good at shooting down missiles, like you don't really care. At least not when you're playing NATO. Look, I'm trying to say how good NATO is at shooting down missiles, and then both of mine miss. Come on, Tu-16s. At least make some sort of an effort. Flares, or turn, or... Nope, dead. Okay. And that was both? Yep, that was both. Nice. Okay. Well, takes care of that. Now, there was also speak or a threat of some sort of ground attack threat. I'm not sure if we're still gonna have to look for that. Oh, come on. Now everybody's launching missiles at it. Altitude 3,000 feet. Hit. Eliminated. Excellent. Alright, carry on with the mission. It looks like we're getting some help. NATO air assets have been tasked in direct support of Task Force 75-3 and are en route from forward deployed bases in the vicinity of Singapore. Anticipate enemy air attacks to be mitigated for the rest of your transit. I think we did a fairly decent job mitigating the thing of our own. And I guess, based on what I'm seeing and or not seeing, we're not actually getting control of any of those aircraft. This is just a sort of... How should I put this? It's not exactly going to be a problem anymore, those air attacks. So that does leave potentially the problem of surface-to-surface attacks. So we're looking for torpedo boats, we're looking for missile boats, all sorts of other nonsense that they might send my way. At present, I still have a couple of aircraft coming in my way, which are making the very brave yet somewhat stupid decision not to identify themselves. We got this guy apparently identified. Oh, they agreed to comply. Well, that's in the best interest of their, well, life extension program. Otherwise, my aircraft, or sorry, my warships are going to shoot that thing right down. New update. At time 1500 local, forces from the People's Republic of Vietnam landed on the northernmost island of Riau Archipelago. The PRV has clearly chosen their moment to coincide with hostilities between NATO and the USSR. It is unclear if USSR forces are cooperating with PRV forces or acting independently. Okay. Acceptable level of risk is high. We don't know what their forces are. We don't know what the USSR forces are. The USSR forces are remaining hostile. PRV forces assumed hostile. So this whole place could be a bit of a problem. If they have surface-based launchers with a range of 21 miles, that is not going to make my path a problem. If they got warships hiding in there, that could be a bit more of a problem.
Turn 2, 3, 4.
Let's continue looking out for them. I think this thing was a merchant. Yeah, that's a merchant. That's another, apparently, civilian airliner, and this thing is too far away to really be a threat. So, we've taken an island. What are we to do about that? It doesn't really fall under our mission to directly intervene. So I guess we're just going to continue on with the escort mission. I can change course, but they'd find me anyway. I can't speed up because my my cargo ships are already running at flank speed. 23 knots tops. 26. Oh, actually, maybe. 18.5. Never mind. And 23. Yeah, so I cannot go any faster. I'll just have to stick it out and see whatever decides to make a pass at me. After a while, a couple of radars have just lit up, and I'm not sure exactly what we're looking at. These could be anything as neutral as just fishing vessels, or they could be ships actively looking for me. So let's send the S-70s, and I'm going to say S-70s plural, out to go and have a look, because I don't trust where this is going. It's not just the one, there's another, and we also picked up an active radar installation over here. So, if I can engage it, I probably will. It's 50 miles out. Can't detect it. Normally you can engage with a standard missile. We only have it on emissions. We probably don't have a solid sighting for it yet. What are we looking at? Like 187 more. There's no way to tell what this thing is.
Roger, roger.
And this S-70 is a bit bugged though. Wow. Your altitude's 100,000 feet? You are spectacularly high up. I guess that's why your fuel consumption's so low. You got no air resistance left. It won't head to a waypoint. It won't go back to base. He's just kind of stuck. The poor fellow. Oh well. I guess at least he won't be engaged by anything. He's going to be a nice little radar picket over there. I didn't notice he was not moving. I guess that remains true. He's just... I tell him to go one side and he flies in the opposite direction. Also, I'm not sure which one I'm supposed to tell where to fly. Okay, whatever. You, at least, do prefer... or you appear to be functional. Let's have you scout this one. And launch the other one as well. And I'm really hoping that they're not going to get shot down while getting there. As for that radar installation, I think if I can get a good location on it, I can engage with a Hellfire. The bad news is, it's probably not alone. It probably has something defending that radar site. So that is a bit of a concern. Oh, it's a large contact? And it's a merchant. Does not respond. Move to intercept. This other S-70. Just kind of fly it out to in front of the formation. We have made some decent progress, but we still got a long way to go. And if the Vietnamese mean business, then they can come after me. This thing's doing 9 knots. That likely to be a huge problem. Oh, you decided to come home?
Roger, RTB.
Okay, he's at 100,000 feet. I wonder how this thing is gonna land. Come on, where's my helo? My ship is reversing? Elrod, what the hell are you doing?
Turn to course 247. Hell my.
The game is having some major issues right now. Okay, my ship at least is moving.
Returning to formation.
It's supposedly performing air ops, but... Oh, here we go. Weird. Oh, you're trying to come down. How about that? You're at 99,000 feet. What? Hostile missile? SSN-2s? What's the origin?
Birds away, track 7.
Because a Styx doesn't have the range. So it came out of something else. It has to come out of a boat somewhere.
Track 7032. Birds away, track.
Okay.
Track 7032.
Hopefully it's gonna get pretty busy here.
Birds away,
Oh, you've
track.
launched. How about that?
7033.
There's 3 of them. What are we looking at, Nanushka? Ah, it's a merchant. Next time when I call you, just answer and tell me what you are, so I don't have to worry about shooting you. And you don't have to worry about me shooting you. Missiles eliminated. SSN-9s. Dune front. Southwest. Push to altitude. Nowhere is safe at this point. Nowhere is safe. Change the formation. I'm gonna have my cargo vessels take up position behind me. Relative positions. Detroit. Yarnell can stay in front. Elrod can stay in front. The American Liberty can go to the back. The Rents... Oh, hold on. Which one's a warship? Rents is a warship, but the Jupiter is not. You're gonna go here. You're gonna go there. You're gonna go there. Off to the flanks. Defend them. Damn, SSN-9s. Lots of them. We have intercepted a bunch. I think this one has decided to fly off and go and engage this merchant over there, which is not what it ought to be doing. Activate your surface search. You're a merchant? I don't think you're a merchant, though. Hold on. Course 077, add 180, and you come to course 255. And you're not in line with 255. Well, we're going to start looking along that axis. That's apparently where the threat's coming from, so that's where we're going to go. Did they even model a screen? Look at that. That's impressive. This merchant can consider itself lucky that it didn't attract the attention of any more SSN-9s. How are we doing for missiles? Still loads of them. Good. Now, let's go see if we can find the bastard that launched these things. Or potentially bastards, plural. It might not have come off of one aircraft. Oh, sorry, one ship. SSN-9 is not an air missile. So 255. That's where we're gonna fly, along that vector. Yarnell, can you engage that platform yet? No, still can't. Okay, fine. Range 30 miles. Ascend, go to 3,000. This is why I'm really happy to have not the worries of MCON. I don't want to have these missiles suddenly pop up on me, or maybe even get detected by the S-70, and then have all of my ships try to fight it. I would very much rather have all of these missiles get ready and start knocking out those S-70s. Oh, sorry, those SSN-9s and SSN-2s that we just saw. Oh, you're still retrieving your aircraft. Good luck with that. Popping around all over the place. Well, at least he's not phasing in and out anymore. I guess he ran out of... He didn't run out of fuel. But he's not particularly capable of landing either. Okay. Oh, hold on. Hello. Does not respond. This could very well line up with a warship.
Roger, roger. Turn.
So that is where my Hellfires could come in handy, because it has, well, it has a 6.5 mile range. I'm gonna fly a little closer and see if I can ID it before throwing a harpoon at another merchantman. But merchants tend not to be this small. They don't generate a meager return. They generate something much, much larger. Well, well, well. A semi-small contact heading away at 2 knots. But it kind of came from where it could have been launching missiles. So that's a little suspicious. Let's investigate, shall we? Because what is that? Oh, you're not alone, are you? Why are you holding steady?
On station. Roger. Turn.
If that thing has surface-to-air missiles, it probably would have used them by now. Doesn't Anushka carry the SSN-9?
Roger. Turn. 280.
Also, why are they doing just stationary things?
Roger. Turn.
That makes no sense.
1. Roger.
Looks like they launched their missiles and decided to, I don't know, wait for the revenge.
Roger. Turn. 186.
And there's another. What the hell is going on with this mission? And another. Also, course 0, speed 0.
Roger.
Some really weird things are happening. 4 miles out. I still don't have an ID on it. There.
Roger. Turn. 3. We're hit.
What?
Roger. Turn. 132.
You got hit by 76mm from track 7047. Okay, 7047. That's hostile. You're a Nell. 2 harpoons. Execute.
Engaging. Bulldog away. Track.
Crap, that's one of my scouts.
704.
Gone. I'm gonna say this is hostile. And this one I don't know about.
Roger. Turn. 215.
Dale. Engage.
Bulldog away. Track.
And another.
70. Engage track. 7.
Hope the seeker cones for those are gonna separate. Has to between 2 targets. Another at a course of 0?
Roger.
Are they trying to limp away pretending to be merchantmen? What the hell? Everything happening in the dark does not make this a whole lot easier, of course. There's 3 more? What? No. 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 Yeah, you wish to talk. Okay, you're a trawler. Don't have to investigate you, but these?
3.
Exactly along the axis of attack?
Roger. Turn.
And then holding?
3.
But the Vietnamese have no experience using warships or something? It's a bit weird. Okay, let's see what this harpoon's gonna catch. They are indeed spreading out between 2 targets. That's really good. Exactly what I wanted them to do.
Hit track. 7.
Ah, you hit the guy over there.
7.
Yep, small missile boat. Bastard. What is that? Some sort of artifact. Smoke dissipating right now. Please don't be too innocent trawlers. Oh dear. Did I get a bit trigger happy here? Oh no. Oh boy. Shit. I guess it's now a good thing that this is in fact going to get attacked by 2 harpoons. The bad news is it'll never survive. So these gentlemen then could be hostile.
Roger, turn 2.
10 miles out, I still can't... There's 2 more? Does not respond. Refuses to comply. Why do you have to be difficult? Nobody's gonna win by you being difficult.
Ahead full.
The only thing that's gonna happen is you'll lose your life. Is that your intended outcome? Because if so, I can make that happen. Radar warning receiver on my bird going off.
Roger, go to altitude 2.
That's enough confirmation for me. We're getting shot at.
Engage track 7050. Engaging track 7.
I'm going to at least engage 7050 and 7053. I'm not sure about the other ones.
Chaff out.
Chaff it and duck.
MCON, secure all emitters. Radar eye.
Whose radar's picking these up?
Bulldog away.
Nobody.
Track,
Okay.
track 7050.
Altitude 2,000 feet.
Roger.
Run.
Roger, turn. Roger, turn 089.
The formation is still working to reorient itself.
Bulldog away. Track.
Hold
track
on.
7053.
I think I pushed them slightly too far in the wrong direction. There. Okay. Proceed. Proceed. Get these missiles on targets and eliminate that threat. Let's see what it is that we're going to engage. I know that's the wrong way to go about things, but previously, when I did not do that, I ended up losing at least 1 helicopter. The other one's still coming down from orbit. These things are definitely not sailing with their deck lights on, which by itself is not a disaster, but it is a little suspicious. As opposed to that, what was it, that trawler that I eliminated a minute ago. It's like they're just waiting to die. Really weird. Yeah, cute. Oh, they got Sea-Wiz. And they actually managed to intercept the missile. Interesting. You're going for their sister over to the other side. Considering this thing's shooting, I think we know enough. Unfortunately, I'm flying so low that I can't actually detect them anymore. So, there we go. Let's fire a harpoon in the general direction. Please tell me it's a warship. No! Oh no. Why do you guys have to blend with neutrals? This is turning into a bit of a disaster. Because it's not 1 ship that I will have sunk, a neutral, it's 2. It's almost like this guy was actually defending him. Toast. Good lord. This is going to reflect very poorly on my service record. Oof. It's possibly that again, my helicopter has flown too close to the sun and immediately got lit up by radar. So this time around, I'm not waiting around to see what exactly comes out the other end. I'm immediately launching a harpoon at it. But it's turning into a bit of a slaughter fest here. Not all of it good. These 2 meagers, the 7057 and 7056, were indeed hostile ships. 7059 was a merchant, much like 7048. identify before you eliminate. Oh! Oh! Cool. Yeah, it's definitely hostile. Here comes the rain. The SSN-2s once again. Now, I was trying to reorganize this formation. Unfortunately, the Rents is still waiting for its helicopter to come back down from orbit. It's actually made progress. It's 30,000 feet lower than it used to be. But by God, it's taking a long time. And all that time, Rents is not responding to orders because it doesn't want to leave. Because of that, she's now actually 8 miles behind the L-Rod. And that kind of leaves the L-Rod exposed. Until the L-Rod to turn hard over to starboard. Try and bring not only her gun, but also her Seawist into play here. Because it might actually turn into a situation where we require that. Because this looks very much like it's going for L-Rod. No intercept. There we go. We got one intercepted. That's the sticks. Got him. Well done. Turn to your formation. I think the part where these bastards behave as if they're merchants, just fishermen, is so nasty. Because you don't really expect warships not to run away. And a meager radar return like this, it could have been a merchant, it could have been a trawler. What I did not expect it to be was was an actual warship. And then when you actually do see one of them, it turns out to be a trawler. So, apologies to the minor incidents that we've had. See, here again. This thing is lit up. That's a merchant, the Perseus. The Perseus is doing 7 knots. That, I think, is this merchant? Yes. This is no such thing. This is a warship. In fact, it's a rather dead warship. But these bastards keep doing this, and it's getting quite annoying. I'm gonna have to figure out if this semi-small over here is actually hostile, or if it's another merchant at anchor. Oh! Right. We have him on our radar, apparently. He's becoming a bit of a problem. At least he's not using his own radar, and I'm not sure why they have an ASW asset out here. Maybe to patrol? But then, if it would be patrolling, it would have its radar active. Which it doesn't, so... more weird things are happening. Just when I thought I was almost in the clear, once again, the SSN-2s start flying. And this time around, I might be in a bit of trouble. I thankfully do have RIM 7s aboard the Detroit over here, but the rest of my escorts are fairly far forward. So I'm gonna have the Yarnell and the L-Rod race to their new positions to try and at least help out against potentially future missile spreads. Not exactly sure what launched this strike, but it gotta have come from somewhere along that area. And, well, unfortunately my helicopter here is just returning, so it doesn't have enough fuel to go out and look. Believe it or not, my venturing hero has in fact returned from space, having earned, well, some freshly produced oxygen, I imagined, after going up that high. I'm not exactly sure how long it took, but I think it took him a couple of hours to come back from 100,000 feet. And I'm glad that we still have our two S-70Bs aboard. This SSN-2 is getting awful close. Awful, terribly danger close. If this Standard missile is not going to get it, then we might be done. We got it. Okay, good. I do still want to have at least some of my escorts out on that flank, protecting the Detroit. Just when you think you're in the clear, they still have some sort of surprise over there. Time on target? About an hour, slightly under an hour. Okay, I'm not sure if this is my space riding helicopter, but let's just put it to 1,000 feet. I said 1,000, not 100,000. Note the difference. Let's see if we can find anything there. Of course, there happens to be some less than hostile shipping around the area. This trawler almost had another harpoon coming. But I managed to restrain myself and sent a helicopter to identify it, which actually took the helicopter far longer than I wanted, because I had to fly to about 1.5 miles of that trawler before it went, ah, yeah, I got it. It's a trawler. I can identify it now. Well, I think both the trawler and my weapon crews breathed a sign of relief when they found out that we were not hostile to each other, which saved me a couple more targets from disaster. Although I guess the shipping and fishing market is going to have quite an improvement here. Okay, can I just shift you guys in the formation? I mean, you're here anyway. Elrod goes there. Yarnell goes there. Continue. What exactly launched that? Probably more of those missile boats, which would make it very difficult to detect, of course, because they're meager, if not small contacts. Ah. Well. He's doing 8 knots. He's pretty much where I would expect him to be, had he launched missiles and then decided to change his course. Yeah. I'm pretty sure he's not my friend. The thing is, I could let him live. Because at the moment, I don't have an exact reason why I would want him dead. He's launched his missiles. And I don't really need any more trawler, well, demises on my conscience. I already have enough. So if this does turn out to be a trawler, it's going to be another trawler disaster. I'm going to let him go. I'm just going to let him go. We're going to continue sailing on to the path to Singapore. And we'll have to write a report about some mysterious disappearances of some trawlers. Okay, the fact that this thing just turned on its radar and decided to start lighting up my helicopter is enough cause for concern, and is enough to award this thing a harpoon. Or 2. Gotta just make sure that they don't manage to intercept one. If they do, we will have another. Thankfully, at this point, the Dale has managed to enter the safe zone. The rest of my escorts, or escortees, are almost there. A few more minutes. Good thing that whatever this is not capable of shooting down my helicopter. Because I don't want to lose another S-70. Okay, they have now escalated to actually shooting at either me or my harpoons. So, let's see if we can end this thing. Well, there's a dot on the horizon there. Safest way to investigate it is with a harpoon. Turns out to be hostile. It's a big boom. If it's a trawler, it's a big boom with fish. Strikes me as a warship. So I shall strike it with a harpoon. Nice try. Bastard. There you go. Congratulations. J2 assessed that all PRV and USSR forces operating in the vicinity have been destroyed. Proceed to Singapore for some well-deserved liberty. And a prompt court-martial for your destruction of a couple of fishing boats. Oops. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Nonetheless. And I gotta say, well done to the scenario creator for somehow having these warships pose as merchants. I was not expecting that, and I think it's the first time that I've actually been fooled by warships posing as merchants or trawlers, and thus getting trawlers killed and not warships. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you soon for more.